Hey Rob, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So I'm Casey Saran. I'm the co-founder, CEO of Spaceback. Our platform helps brands turn social media posts into production-ready ads for programmatic. And I'm here with Rob from the Dallas Cowboys. What do you do, Rob?
Well, thanks for having me on. So I'm the director of brand and marketing for the Dallas Cowboys. At its highest level, my job is all about building the next generation of fans. So I'm sure we're going to dive into a few of the topics about how we like to go about doing that.
Yeah. So tell me, what are some of the things you're most excited about this year? How are you bringing more fans in?
You know, the NFL really leads with a three-pronged strategy on music, gaming, and fashion, and that's how they want to tap into culture as a league. And we as a club can do that a lot ourselves. So we're doing a lot in the gaming space, a lot in the fashion space. So there's a ton of areas that we're bringing to life that are all really focused on a younger audience.
Nice. So yeah, you said music, gaming, fashion. Let's start with gaming.
Okay.
Gaming's huge.
Yes.
What are you doing in the gaming space?
We launched a platform last year, so we're coming up very close to our one-year anniversary, called Dallas Cowboys Game Time. It is in partnership with Lenovo. It was just crucial to get an endemic partner to the space, and Lenovo, a hardware company, someone who gets it and is well known to that audience. So gaming is something that a lot of professional sports teams have been doing for a while. Like NBA probably led the charge. They've been doing it for years. But what you typically see are a lot of one-off tournaments. It'll be, hey, this weekend we're gonna have X, Y, and Z tournament. What we really wanted to do was create an always-on platform so that there was a true calendar to say, over the next 12 months, we're gonna be playing a tournament that's doing Fortnite, and then it's Madden, and then it's Rocket League, or it's whichever publisher that we can really team up with and bring something to life. And then we also wanted to layer on a great prize. So it wasn't just a $20 gift card or this or that. It actually launched with a grand prize of Super Bowl tickets. So something that really kind of stops and gets people's attention. And then as we brought it to life, it was kind of first and foremost, hey, we've got to make people even know this is a thing, because it was brand new. So we did a variety of advertising, different tools, basically. We did some things for the Cowboys. Lenovo helped sponsor it. We had some players involved. So that kind of multi-pronged approach got the awareness out there. Really successful launch in terms of people signing up to play, and also eyeballs just jumping onto the stream and wanting to really just watch. Because again, we're having players pop in. There's different personalities. And we carried that through the year. So we did that. I wouldn't call it a soft launch, but we definitely just scratched the surface. So as we head into year 2, all new tournaments, new prizing, new players involved. But at the end of the day, it's really about bringing in a different audience. Maybe some younger folks who aren't following us already on Instagram, but they're mom or dad or grandpa or whoever's a Cowboys fan. So really great first year, and excited to head into the second year with it.
Nice. Getting players involved must be huge. How do you figure out which players are gamers? How do you even talk to them about participating in something like this?
We're very fortunate. So I probably should even say, my background on agency side, worked for a lot of big corporate brands, done a lot of influencer marketing. We are so fortunate that we have our built-in influencers. Our players are massive personalities in and of themselves. So it's definitely a give and take. Like, they don't, they're their own personal brands. They have their agents, of course. They have their own deals. So they don't owe us anything. So we have so many folks in our PR team, different groups that have those relationships that we can kind of ask and say, hey, can you talk to so-and-so? Would you see if maybe they're willing to want to help us out with this, whether it's a piece of content, whether it's actually jumping on and playing, and you just you work through it together, and sometimes it works out great, and sometimes it's, hey, I can't this time, maybe next time, and you just go from there.
Nice. And so if I want to win tickets to the Super Bowl, what game should I be practicing?
Good question. We haven't yet mapped it all out just yet, but you should probably be playing all of them, I would say. You should just participate in every single one of our tournaments, and you'll get there somehow. Cool.
And do you want to name drop some of the players involved?
Definitely Micah Parsons is one of the most well-known gamers on our team. So I would say most of the guys play something to some degree. So whether or not they're on their own gaming down in the locker room, whether or not they're going to come up and be a part of this. And then we also have folks like Tim the Tap Man, who's a great partner. He's a huge personality himself on gaming. So bringing him in and getting different personalities, it'll be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun as we build year two.
Nice. And it sounds like it's authentic. Like the players want to participate in this kind of thing. It's already on brand for them.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like of the last several years, the word authentic, marketers, we all love to joke like how it's the buzzword and all that, but culture is, I feel like, the next word. Like it's a part of culture. Like gaming is what so many of these guys grew up doing. You know, a lot of these guys are in their early 20s. They've been gaming their whole lives. So it's authentic, it's natural. It's a way, just as it is for any of us, any non-players, it's a way to unwind, it's a way to have fun, it's a way to connect. So it opens up something that is available and authentic to so many different people.
Yep, and fashion, music, obviously, other things you mentioned that people really identify with: music, gaming, fashion. What are you doing in the fashion music world?
There's actually a little bit of a tie to both. So our Thanksgiving Day game, we have a game at home every Thanksgiving. This last year we had Dolly Parton as our halftime performer, and it was amazing in almost every possible way it could have been. It's Dolly Parton, right? I mean, she's an absolute American icon. She crosses over generational boundaries. Teenagers love her. People, senior, all the way up to people in their 70s and 80s love her. So the music part, we want to have a great show. It's broadcast on the network. So you're getting tens of millions of eyeballs on it. So it's going to be a great music production in and of itself. But with Dolly, we also spun up kind of a custom merch line and did some T-shirts. And that's where you find the magic of how these things take off and become a part of culture. Via a colleague on our social team, she had asked the week prior, or it was one of the weeks when we were announcing it, had asked when the team was going to travel to the away game, hey, Dak, would you throw this T-shirt on? And so we had him photographed wearing this Dolly Parton custom shirt that hadn't really been released yet, was getting ready to release, and it just went kind of viral. Like, we posted it, news outlets started to pick it up, and they're like, wait, is Dak Prescott like hopping on the charter jet to go wherever we were playing wearing a Dolly Parton shirt? And it was kind of a perfect jumping off moment for the rest of the campaign. Then it was like, turn it all on. Like, yes, shirts are for sale, marketing engines fire up, but you find that, and those weren't available everywhere. Like, it was a limited run, so that wasn't an example of we're trying to just crank out tons and tons of shirts. It was really more about like being culturally relevant and doing something that people really wanted to get their hands on.
Yep. Cool. So yeah, you touch on fashion a little bit too. Do you work with local fashion brands, or how do you?
We do. So of course, Dolly Parton. That's a certain level there. Post Malone is one that we've worked with a lot. He's a well-known Cowboys fan. We have a great relationship with him. We did a custom merch collaboration with his crew this past year, which was phenomenal. But of course, those are A-list, right? So we want to also be doing other things. You can't do an A-list collaboration every day. So we did some work with a creator called By Way of Dallas. It was phenomenal. They've really blown up. They're, I would call it pretty local to DFW, but their brand is starting to extend out of that. And essentially, yeah, it came about very organically.
And what did you collaborate on?
A full line. And I couldn't even tell you exactly how many. It must have been 20 plus individual pieces. Jackets, hoodies, T-shirts, hats, like all types of things that we as the brand really let this individual who is just a genius creative design. And to be honest, as a marketer and a brand guy, like, they stretch it. Like, they stretch the brand maybe a little bit outside of, the way we typically think of it with guidelines, but we knew we had to do that. That was the right way to do it. That's what they're great at, what they're known for. So we really gave them the reins in a lot of ways, and it was incredible. And we sold it both in our brick and mortar pro shops. It was online, and it did incredibly well. We got a lot of earned media out of it. So, not an A-list name per se, but still incredibly successful.
And it sounds like, so in terms of pushing the style beyond the brand guidelines, is this stuff that they're already doing? Are they asking you permission? Or are they just coming out with authentic stuff and you're stoked about it?
We collaborate. It's a true collaboration, so we try and understand. We never want to be too surprised, but it's a give and take on both sides. Like, we have to be comfortable letting them do what they do and what they're known to do, and we don't want to collaborate, nor does anybody want to collaborate with us if we were just going to really try and lock them down and say you need to do something you're not used to.
That's not collaboration. Yeah.
That's not collaboration. So it's both sides knowing, hey, push us, challenge us, we're going to push and challenge you back, and hopefully what we'll get to is a bit of magic, and I think we really did. So that was really the first year we did that many of A-list down to more localized, and it was something that everyone in the organization agreed, like, we want to do do more.
So can we expect a new line coming
Definitely expect a new line. I don't have any breaking news to release today, but it's definitely something you will be seeing coming.
Awesome. And the Cowboys are, such a big brand. Or international even. How do you communicate and draw in more fans outside of Texas?
Yeah, so Mexico is our real focus area. So the NFL, just to give you the very quick background, the NFL basically allows clubs to pitch for international rights. So a variety of clubs have different countries around the world. For us, of course, we already had a deep connection and history within Mexico itself. We're obviously in Texas, but decades ago, we've gone down and played the first game down there. There's lots and lots of connections over the years that have naturally come about. Now that they've really opened it up to the league, the NFL, and saying, hey, now you're allowed to really go down and be proactive, we are doing that wholeheartedly. It is a part of our DNA. So this past year, we were down there. We were on site working with new partners down there, doing on-site events. We've partnered with major media companies. We're doing digital media there. So we're really trying to be present and really show up, because we know it's a different audience than we have domestically. Like, while of course most Mexicans are well aware of the NFL and football, it might not be their favorite sport. So we know we have to go about it differently. I'm trying to not say the word authentic after I just kind of bashed it, but yeah, we do. We need to be authentic to the culture, know what we're getting into, and not try and treat it the same as we are here. So again, as we head into a new year, because the NFL calendar really starts April 1st. So to us, the new year is about to begin. We're going to be back, and we're going to be doing more and really showing up in real life, online, on social in Mexico, and really focused on building and bringing in a new fan base down there.
Nice. And how do you work with your peers or other teams? Like, do you see any other teams that, not even necessarily NFL, but that are doing this international expansion really well? Like, what are you inspired by? Sure.
Well, Mexico is an interesting market in that there's 9 total teams, one of which is us, that actually have rights. So I believe that is the country with the most clubs present. Then, if you go across the pond, in the UK and Germany have a variety of clubs as well. But Mexico, with 9 total teams, it's a lot of clubs kind of competing for eyeballs and for fandom and all the things. So, we monitor it heavily, and we'll see. The Chiefs will go down and do something, or the Raiders are down and the Rams are down. So we monitor that, and it's great. Because it is. Sure, it's a friendly competition, I would call it. Like, we are together, we're building, I think, NFL fans. Of course, we each want them to be fans of our clubs, but we can learn from each other. And we actually did an event. We did a Lucha Libre wrestling event. I'm trying to remember exactly. I think it was September of last year. But the Broncos were really the ones who organized it. They reached out. We all collaborated together, and we went down, and you can find it. It was incredible. We had our mascots, basically from all the clubs, went down and were part of a true Lucha Libre wrestling event in Mexico City. And they built it in. The best thing that I can compare it to, it'd be literally like, think of a WWE event here in the States that during the whole night of all the things, there was like a mascot section.
Amazing. Did you get to go to this?
I did. Yeah, it was incredible. It was amazing just to see. I've heard of Lucha Libre. Like, of course, I know that's like a very big thing, but to be a part of it, to naturally connect our brand to something that is a part of life and culture down there was incredible. But that's an example of, we collaborated together. Like, we all did that together. It benefited all of us. And then, of course, we're all doing our own things too, that, as we build Cowboys fans.
Yep. Nice. And then obviously you're a longtime marketer, Dr. Pepper, Keurig, coming to the world of sports. What's the thing you love most about your job?
Well, the thing that really attracted me the most, like when this first became an opportunity, and I knew I wanted to go after it, but just some of the first language I heard around the job was like, this isn't just a sports marketing or a football marketing. The Dallas Cowboys are an entertainment brand, and we have so many products. And of course, our bread and butter product is the football on the field, but that's 8, maybe 9 home games a year. So you got 350 odd days of the year to fill. So we have so many products from online, in real life, that we're bringing to life, and really entertaining. And it's not always just the sport. So I think that mindset of thinking about this as an entertainment enterprise and we're competing against other entertainment things. We're not just competing against other football teams. Of course, we are on the field, but off the field, we're trying to get you interested in coming out to a youth camp, or whatever it may be. Coming to our headquarters at the Star District, which is just a beautiful, incredible entertainment district. Come there and have a great dinner with your family, rather than going somewhere else. So it's truly a portfolio of products. Like I think of my CPG Dr. Pepper days, like the portfolio of different products that we have to offer, and they all kind of complement and play different roles. And if you take a step back, you go, wow. We as the Dallas Cowboys can entertain you in so many ways, and that's a lot of fun to be a part of.
Yep, and we say the word authentic can be overused, but I think what's really cool about your job, it sounds like a lot of these opportunities really are authentic. Mm-hmm. They're coming from the team, the players, culture.
The thing, absolutely, and the thing, it's a top down from the ownership. Like they believe that we know who we are, and that's. The best way to be authentic is just really know who you are, what your brand stands for. And we do, and we like to go about things the right way. When we offer a product, we want it to be really great. We don't like to put bad products out there. So if I keep using youth camps just because for us and the NFL, flag football is a major initiative. Mm-hmm. Whatever product we're going to put out there, put a lot of hard work into to make sure that those families that are coming out paying money, however they're interacting with us, that they're walking away with an incredible experience and can say, wow, that Dallas Cowboys youth camp, flag camp, dance camp, whatever it happened to be, was a great experience for my kid and worth the value that we paid.
Amazing. Cool. Well, yeah. Rob, great talking to you here.
Yeah, likewise. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.